Hello everybody. I want to talk about how I swapped M3 engine S54 into a E36 chassis. This actual E36 is 1999 323IS that comes with the M52 B25 2.5 liter engine with the Getrag 250 transmission. So I wanted to swap the S54 engine into it, and I wanted to do it on a budget, but unfortunately these engines are really expensive. I lost the video of the whole project and all I have are photographs, so I have to use the photographs to explain everything what I did, but that's gonna be enough to explain how I did it on a budget. Basically, I bought the engine from the local junkyard for $5,000, and I got everything that I needed for the swap. This means that the engine came from a 2004 M3 SMG, and I got the whole engine complete with the engine harness, computer, downpipes, catalytic converters, and all the accessories except the AC compressor. I didn't need the AC compressor, and fuel pressure regulator, and few other parts that I got from the donor car, like a air mass meter and fuel pump relay. This is how the engine looked when I got it from the junkyard. It was on a pallet. They said it had like 46,000 miles on it. I did see the donor car and it was wrecked, so I know the engine is good 100%. Usually by now these engines have a lot of miles on them. They probably need like a Vanos fix on them or a engine bearing replacement, but fortunately this engine is good, so I don't have to spend money on that. Swap process is really easy. We just take out the M52 engine and the S52 engine will just drop in. You're gonna take the mounting arms from the M52 engine and just bolt it on the S54 engine, and the whole thing will just install without any issues, without any clearance issues on the E36. As you can see here, all I had to do is loosen up the rack and pinion, move it aside, and basically install the whole engine with its original catalytic converter headers, and installs right in without any issues. You can see the E36 mounting arms on it, and you're going to use the E36 M3 engine mounts. Engine came with the S54 flywheel and clutch and the SMG clutch, and all I did is just bolt on my stock Getrag 250 transmission on it without buying a clutch or pressure plate or anything like that, so I saved money there. As you can see here in this picture, I had to make this bracket because the engine mounts on the driver's side, the engine mount arm lacks something to bolt that on. So basically it's something easy that I made out of a strip. As you can see right here, that those are the heater lines. The heater lines, you just have to cut the fit and it'll bolt right up. When it comes to the engine computer, I had to program it, but somebody already programmed it 60 times, so it was blocked. So I had to remove both of the EPROMs and reflash it again so that I can flash it again. Usually if you program it 60 times, this engine computer MSS54 will block. This is my Siemens MSS54 flasher that I had to use in order to remove all the emission stuff and EWS. Here you can see the finished swap. Engine fits like a factory, everything. If you look close in the picture, you'll see that I actually use the E36 engine harness, and the engine computer is located on top of the fuse box. I didn't want to spend like $600 for the engine harness from 2000 Z3M. They'll give you an option to place the engine computer in a stock E36 location. So I just you had to use the E46 engine harness so that I can save money on that. In the same picture, you can see where I mounted the overflow tank for the radiator. Basically, it's just a stock E46 overflow tank, and I welded in the tabs to mount it, and I had to eliminate the windshield, the washer tank. Behind it, you can see the air injection pump that pumps directly to the valve, E46 valve, to inject air into the catalytic converters so that I can pass emissions with this 99 323 IS. Here you can see the intake filter and the pipe. Basically, I had to cut the air mass meter, the front of it, and I used the AutoZone Spectra intake kit, like a 4-inch with a reducer, and this plastic piece in front of it, that's from a Home Depot. That's for the roof flashing cover, and that's my shield from the heat from the radiator. And basically I just have the cone filter on it. For the exhaust, basically I just made two pipes that go from the stock E46 M3 headers back to the behind the stock catalytic converters, so it's just straight dual pipes back, and that's about it. It's really simple. Unfortunately, I don't have the picture of it. I wanted to eliminate the stock 99 E36 traction control, so what I had to do is use a computer from a 96 non-traction control E36 328i, for example, and I had to make this harness, this plug-in adapter harness, so that I can plug into the harness. This way I still have the ABS, anti-block brake system on the car, but I don't have the traction control on it, which is kind of annoying. For the wiring stock E46 engine harness into the E36 chassis, it's pretty straightforward, and there's plenty of information on the internet how to do that. Basically, it's only like 10 wires, and that's it. But you'll have to wire in the gas pedal. It has 6 wires, and you'll have to run that through the firewall to the engine computer. That's also available on internet how to do it, and it's pretty simple. Then after all of this, I test drove the car, and it runs beautiful. I mean, the power, it's there. I mean, it's like this engine is made for E36. It's like it makes E36 so much fun to drive. And unfortunately, I sold the car later for a good amount of money. This is why I can't go and make a good video of it now. Unfortunately, I have to use these photographs for you guys, but I did explain how to do it, basically almost the whole thing, so it's not a big deal. I used the aftermarket oil cooler radiator in front of the AC condenser, and I just ran 2 hoses. So that's basically it for the oil cooler. The AC compressor is run straight from the climate control, so this engine has enough torque where the AC compressor is not gonna lug it in the idle condition, which means the idle is not gonna drop. It's gonna still be solid. The fuel filter and the fuel pressure regulator, it's gonna fit in the stock location if you have a 96 and up. E36, basically you just use the whole thing from M3, the whole filter and the regulator, and just install it, and that's it. Make a few new hoses, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, and I don't know what else to add. I'm probably forgetting small things, but you'll figure it out. I mean, if I could get another engine cheap, S54, I'll probably do another swap. I love it, and I regret selling this car because it was so fun to drive. And yes, I used the Getrack 250 transmission, and it held just fine. so you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on a ZF 5-speed transmission. This is going to be all. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.